your Two Dads show. Ooh, JJ and Deacon, they're the ones in the know. Subscribe quick, the Squid Monster's on the way. Inspire with us, tomorrow's news today. It's more, yeah.
Mayorkas has been impeached. It only took the Republicans 2 tries, and they finally did it. And now it's going to go to Senate, where it's going to die. He's never going to get convicted. Good morning, and welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm JJ. That's Deacon. I had to turn my camera around because my message was facing. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm JJ. We are your two dads. We meet every morning at 8 o'clock on the dot. We drink coffee. We talk about the news, culture, politics, pop culture, movies, music, and more.
Hello. Hello. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, so late last night, Mayorkas was impeached by the House Republicans. So that's something. We got some other news. We got a little update on Fanny. She got a hearing today, and we got some stuff. We got some stuff to talk about. It's cold out. It's Valentine's Day, gentlemen. I know you all forgot. It's Valentine's Day. You have to at least text your wife.
Look, if you're only doing
forgot.
sweet things for your wife on today, why are you reversed? I'm just now looking at you.
Well, can you read this?
It's lines because I have terrible old man diabetic eyes. But,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
here.
It's just weird.
That's because you're used to this.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're used to it. It is weird, huh?
yeah, that is
Yeah.
weird. Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
all right. So
Okay.
yeah, if you are only texting your wife and doing sweet things for her on Valentine's Day, the day that was originally a holiday that was celebrated for the fertility of livestock in Roman times, then you probably don't have a strong relationship, first of all. And maybe you should start making it a point every day to tell her that she's beautiful, or to tell her, the good morning. And I hope you have a wonderful day today. Do something like little bitty things like that really do pay off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. On the other hand, if you simply omit everything today and don't say anything, you're gonna have a worse relationship.
We don't recommend that.
No. Deacon saying today only is not good enough, and that's true.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't.
That's not an excuse to not do anything today.
I'm one.
Better
Me.
do something.
You know me. I have tried to look up and learn the histories of every single holiday that we as Americans celebrate, and I wanted to know how far back it goes, because America is a conglomeration of all kinds of different crap, from religions to ideals to governmental, everything. So how did these things that we celebrate today come to being?
Well,
and then how will people 500 years from now celebrate the crap? Like they will be like the god Santa Claus on December the 25th would come down, and who knows what it would be.
I mean, look, this is a day that we all celebrate St. Hershey's bringing chocolates to somebody.
You're not wrong there on that, sir. I'm not disagreeing with you. So yeah, happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there, I guess.
Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day. All right. So before we start the news, and I feel like we need to move this to some other part of the show. I don't know when, and we haven't agreed on that or whatever, but
we might move it to the end.
Yeah, maybe like the last 15 or so. Anyway, we before we do anything else, we talk music. Or Deacon talks music, and JJ is like nods and smiles.
Yeah, JJ don't like this segment, but I try to make it quick because I think if you start your day off with a great song and a great piece of music, it can define your day. We are all vibrating, and music is sound. We're all, come on now. So I'm trying to give you, and open your mind to some good music. This music this week on our Discord server above JJ's head. Go over there. I'm putting in songs that I think are perfect pieces of music.
Oh,
Perfect
right. Yeah.
pieces of music. Okay, so this one is it's probably a perfect rendition. One of the perfect pieces covers of this song I've ever heard. Okay, so and Alex has brought it up. My son, when I asked him that question, this is the song. It instantly came to his head. I said, Alex, what's a song that you consider a perfect piece of music, like an ultimate perfect? It could not get any better with any kind of tweaking. And he said, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, that was done by Prince and Tom Petty and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. So George Harrison from the Beatles wrote this song, the Beatles do, called While My Guitar Gently Weeps. It's a beautiful song about playing a guitar and sad, listen to the lyrics. This version of the song was done in the 2004 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. And it was a tribute to George Harrison. And so they played While My Guitar Gently Weeps. I've seen Fish play My Guitar Gently Weeps a couple of times live. Excellent song. And who performed it at the show was Tom Petty, Steve Winwood, Jeff Lynne, who was the lead singer of ELO, guitarist and lead singer of ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, and then Danny Harrison, who is George Harrison's son, who is George Harrison's clone. I mean, you watch this video I'm going to post on our Discord server. I haven't got to post it yet. It's usually posted. Danny Harrison looks exactly like a young George Harrison, like exactly, dead on. And then at the end of, they play the song and there's 2 or 3 guitar solos and then they go back into and they're sharing solos. Well, what they didn't know was until the very last day of rehearsal was that Prince was invited to play and he came to play a solo on this. And they were like, Jeff Lynne was like, is Prince going to play? Is he going to play on this or whatnot? And one of the stories goes, and I don't know if this is a rumor or truth, was that Rolling Stone around that time had put out the top 100 guitarists of all time.
Yeah.
And Prince was not on the list.
What?
And he wasn't on the list. So they talked about it and they were poking at him and they said, why don't you take the last solo in this? And While My Guitar Gently Weeps, why don't you take the last solo? You stay off stage, let us all perform the song. And then when the last solo comes on, you walk on stage with your guitar, play the solo, and that'll be the end of the song. Right. So when you get time to watch this, dude, Prince walks out on stage, melts everyone's face again, falls off the stage, gets pushed back up, and then throws his guitar into the audience and walks off stage. Dude, one of the best guitar solos you'll ever hear. It's so perfect for that song, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. It's such a great solo. I'll put it in the Discord server here coming up. I forgot to even bring up the little thing this morning, but there it is. Steve Winwood, Danny Harrison, Prince. Perfect song.
Oh yeah. Oh, he even fell off stage while he was playing it. Like, dude, not fell off, but
his bodyguards. He was leaned back really far, and his bodyguard pushed him back up on stage, or the security guy.
Man,
it's such a good solo. Oh man, it's just.
I've been thinking about this lately, this music stuff in particular, and I know that our channel will get copyright struck if we play music, but so what? We're not monetized, so
yeah, we're not monetized.
I mean, I don't know why we can't just show clips of music, especially this stuff is on YouTube. So I don't know.
So you'll have to go to our Discord server for now and and subscribe.
Yeah, hey, how about we do a week where we just play when you talk about it, we'll play some of the video or whatever, and we'll just see how many times we get struck.
Okay, we can test.
Why don't we find out?
All right. Excellent. I like that. All right.
All right. Okay, guys, we got a lot of news. Let's first check this out. This is pretty great. Here we have this happened on my drive home last night. I think I saw this breaking video, so it's 8 minutes long. I'm not gonna play all 8 minutes of it.
He's got a shunt head, man.
Those opposed say no. The opinion of the chair, the ayes. For what purpose does gentleman from Utah seek recognition?
This is what happens.
The yeas and nays are requested.
So the initial vote is like ayes and nays, and then obviously it's about 50-50. So the chair, this guy said, it's in my opinion, it's a whole, and then somebody interrupts him and says, hey, no, procedural. We want an electronic vote. We want a count of. We want a formal vote. Okay.
Those favoring a vote by the yeas and nays will rise. A sufficient number having risen. The yeas and nays are ordered.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
Who is Kojak there?
I don't know his name. He was standing in for Mike Johnson, so he's and it's not Steve Scalise.
Well,
so
see, I didn't recognize him, and I was like, man, I use your cleaning products all the time, and they're fabulous, but I didn't recognize him without the lollipop.
Not everybody knows that not every politician is a full-time politician. Some of them it's a part-time gig.
Yeah. I mean,
some of them are a spokesperson for cleaning products.
And some of them are detectives that solve crimes and eat lollipops.
We'll record their votes by electronic device. This will be a 5-minute vote.
Yeah. So for 5 minutes they vote. And then now what happened last week was that the Democrats wheeled in Al Green, who had just had surgery, and they wheeled him onto the floor so that he could vote nay. Well, that didn't happen this time. And this is the second vote to impeach Mayorkas. And then basically the vote came in. I think it was like 214, 213. There's Speaker Johnson.
13. The resolution is adopted.
And that resolution was the impeachment of Mayorkas. So now articles of impeachment will be delivered to the Senate, where Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer will each take one hand on the articles of impeachment, and they will wipe Joe Biden's butt with it, and they will throw it in the trash, and they will not do anything. Nothing will happen, but Mayorkas was impeached. The American people will eventually hear and figure out that the House Republicans impeached the Secretary of Homeland Security that was allowing 10 million illegal immigrants across the border, cutting razor wire and so forth.
Wait a minute, JJ. Wait a minute, because I have a counterpoint to that.
You do? You think? Okay, the counterpoint to nothing's going to happen. Okay.
Me and one of my friends, thinks that it's just stalling. That Biden is one of the most successful presidents in modern history. Those people coming across the border, you're just a hateful person that doesn't want to help immigrants.
Oh, is that it?
Oh, yes. All right. He has been one of the most. This is from the Washington Examiner. That's legit, buddy. AOC defends Biden as one of the most successful presidents in modern history. And if anybody knows anything, it's AOC. Okay. And I even had, I don't know if where did I post? Did I post that? Did I post you the, you immigrant hating JJ? The reason I posted this is because I know you hate immigrants. Where's the story? Damn it. I thought I posted it. It was a story on X this morning. Oh, here it is. Hang on. I didn't get to post it here. Let me post it real quick and I'll show you. You're going to love this one. All right. Because you're such an immigrant hater. I'm just picking at you. This may change your mind and you may want to host your own immigrant family like some of these people. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So let me just,
sure.
It's not stopping. There it is.
He's struggling to get
I'm struggling today. Today has been one of those days where I'm struggling bad. All right, here we go.
As any mother would. Now things are looking much brighter as they've been welcomed into Lisa Hillenbrand's Brookline apartment.
This mother and her little child were in this home. You know, this liberal woman's home. She's got a blue lamp in the back to show you she's liberal.
She says her daughter is very happy. When she wakes up in the morning, she says hi, Lisa, and everyone starts the day smiling.
Just listen to the reporter and you hear how she's going through her story, there's going to be one sentence that sticks out like a sore thumb.
All right.
A delight. And it's really fun having them. What I realized is there's so much prejudice against refugees, mostly because people don't know them.
Lisa says she feels like she has her own personal chef, as Wildande loves cooking. ¿Te gusta la ocupación? Sí. In fact, her goal is to open up her own restaurant.
Personal chef. Sure. Okay.
Wouldn't you like somebody to cook and clean your house?
So she imported a slave?
I'm not saying that. I asked a question. Wouldn't you like someone to cook and clean your house? Is the question that I asked.
Lady, we outlawed slavery. We did that a long time ago. You can't just
let me tell you the beautiful thing about history, and the thing that we love to do in America is we love to change the names of things and keep it the same. Look at history and you will see that blatantly obvious.
That's not good. I'm so glad that story did not end with a recap of a murder in Massachusetts, because I thought that was where that was going.
That's pretty funny.
All right. Let's see. We got hey, speaking of border stuff.
Yeah.
I love immigrants, by the way.
I'm not against immigrants. I'm against
only
I'm 10 million illegal immigrants pouring over the border. I'm against
an army living in my neighborhood.
Exactly.
A cartel army.
One of my really good friends, one of my best friends, has been one of my best friends in high school, and then we're so very close. Is married to she's South American. I can't remember what country. Now they're immigrants. She's the one that I told you had to take the test, and we were joking. I was like, she knows more than 99% of people, Americans.
It's true. It's true.
It is. It's true.
Okay, so this came in. Georgia is sending their National Guard to help Texas secure the border and construct a command post. So on Thursday, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp announced that he would be sending additional troops to help Texas secure the southern border. The skilled soldiers are expected to arrive in the Lone Star State later this spring. The crisis on the border is a national problem, and it demands a national solution. But if the Biden administration continues to fail the American people, then we have no choice but to step in. Therefore, in addition to the Georgia Guardsmen already stationed at the border, we will send reinforcements to Texas this spring who will assist in the construction of a forward command post on the border with Mexico. So that's great.
There's a bartender in New York that may disagree with you on that.
I mean, she's all about that climate change investment. I mean, I like to put money into things that you can't tell if you're succeeding or not. I think that's probably fine. Also in Georgia news, we have an update. Fulton County judge says that disqualifications are possible for Fani Willis in the Trump case. If the judge determines on Thursday, that's not today, that's tomorrow. So it's tomorrow. She has a hearing tomorrow. If the judge determines on Thursday that Willis engaged in actual conflict of interest with her lover and fellow prosecutor, Nathan Wade. Yeah, Nathan Wade, whom she appointed to prosecute Trump, but denied the relationship interfered with the case. Trump and co-defendant Mike Roman have accused Willis and Wade for corruption for maintaining an improper romantic relationship, enriching themselves through taxpayer-funded prosecution, and meeting with Biden administration officials before indicting Trump and co-defendants. I think it's clear that disqualification can occur if evidence is produced demonstrating an actual conflict or the appearance of one. Whoa, or the appearance of one. That is right there. It absolutely, you don't have to look very far for the apparent conflict of interest. And this is something that I've said for like a long time, like the appearance of a conflict of interest is a conflict of interest. It undermines your credibility in the public eye. And that goes for all kinds of things. So you need to, especially if you're empowered by the state, you need to be held to a high standard. The state has admitted a relationship existed. So now, and so what remains to be proven is the existence and extent of any financial benefit if there even was one. And so I think it's possible that the facts alleged by the defendant could result in disqualification. I think an evidentiary hearing must occur to establish the record on those core allegations. This Fani Willis thing is going to go down in history as like one of the biggest backfiring things of all time, because she was just out to burn down Trump and she lit her own life on fire, and it's so hilarious.
Funny. Thank you very much.
All right, that's what I said. You said Fani Willis. I said Fani Willis. It's the same thing. Let's see. And also, look, we're just.
Well, we're going to leave early today too, because I'll have guests coming in, and I don't know what
so
time.
We're moving quick here. The Supreme Court has asked, in another Trump case, the Supreme Court has asked Jack Smith to respond following Donald Trump's appeal in a presidential immunity case. If immunity is not granted to a president, every future president who leaves office will face the prospect of being wrongfully indicted.
Absolutely. And why aren't we bringing up the crap like Biden has been caught with all in top secret shit that he wasn't supposed to have either, but they don't say a freaking word about that.
Well, he's old and he has infirm memory. So,
my bad.
He's too old to be prosecuted for leaving, national records that he doesn't. But so there's a couple of different things. Okay. Donald Trump was president and Joe Biden was not when he had those records. And also Joe Biden's a Democrat. So, if you're a Democrat, law doesn't apply.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Yeah. I mean, you're exactly right. But
Scott Adams posted this on Twitter. I'm going to get your thoughts on this. I want to get your reaction to this. It's not too long, but it's okay. He says, Scott Adams says he finally figured out what's wrong with everything. It's a systemic problem. Fake news created white supremacist hysteria, which led to the Fine People hoax. We talked about the Fine People hoax yesterday or the day before. I don't even think you knew about the Fine People hoax. The George Floyd hoax. I know you know about the George Floyd hoax, which led to diversity, equity, and inclusion, which led to systemic incompetence of all of our systems all at the same time. And then you have wokeness and cancellation. So you can't even talk about the problems that exist. And then Trump made it clear that our governments are corrupt and have been lying to us for years. They didn't just start being corrupt, but the fact that from the get-go, they were just attacking Trump with total bullshit, Russia collusion hoax. You can go down the list. It became like apparent that it was all a sham all along. And now the American people are kind of glomming onto things. We don't trust science, COVID-19 vaccines, all of that stuff. Like, we just don't trust them. We don't accept omnibus bills where they pack all the spending into one big thing, and you better eat it or else. We don't accept foreign wars. We don't accept elections because we can't audit them. We don't trust the news. We don't trust our intel services to not be agents of the uniparty. So, and then you have George Soros, electing prosecutors that don't prosecute any crimes. So all of that stuff is fake news and fake science, and there's just no mechanism to fix these problems, except because the thing you need to be able to do that is free speech, and we don't have free speech in America anymore. I mean, you can say stuff, but you get prosecuted if you you protest and you're a Republican, you're going to go to jail. You say anything too loudly and you risk jeopardizing future employment, all that kind of stuff. Or perhaps you're a business owner and you take a political stand on an issue and your business gets, let's say, torched down by activists, or perhaps the IRS comes after you and you get targeted for, whatever. So there's no corrective mechanisms. I don't know how much of that you heard.
I was trying to listen. That was my brother.
Yeah.
I've been trying to fix a door with him forever.
A door?
Yeah, I've got a broken door that I know how to fix. I just need his help on one little thing because it's an odd door. And he is a 30-year carpenter. I'm not just asking my random brother to do something. My brother builds, multi-million-dollar houses.
Is it a door at your house?
Yeah.
I would just keep inviting him over and then like let him bump into the door.
Oh, man.
And then when he struggles to open it, be like, isn't that embarrassing? Like, you're a carpenter and your brother has a messed up door. I'm sure that's probably pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. He should have a good door. No, I heard a lot of that. Post the thing in so I can read
Sure,
everything that Scott Adams said.
Well, basically,
I'm crazy.
corrections.
No,
Mhm.
there's not. I've joked for a long time about the ending to Fight Club. Was that's the correction. But no, that's not either. What my crazy conspiracy mind thinks. This was the United States is a business. It is a corporation. We were told the government and that is the power of freaking miseducation, because I believed it too. All right. And now so many people believe it that the people that don't believe it were the crazy ones. Oh, you people are crazy. Of course, because the majority still believes a lie. So, of course, the people that don't believe the lie anymore are going to be considered the crazy ones. And I'm fine with that.
Right.
America is a corporation. If you look into the fine history, don't just read the freaking Facebook posts, read the details of what happened during that time. America's a corporation. And I think it was by design to suppress already technology that the governments had, because it was more accessible and easy and free. And the government took all of these different things and they made it to where we had to buy it. All right. And then they've suppressed our education.
Yeah.
So that we wouldn't look into that crap. What do we care about in this country? Do we care about smart people, or do we care about Travis Kelce or whatever his name is and Taylor Swift kissing in a football game? What do we care about? That football game was the second most watched thing behind the fake moon landing in 1969.
Seriously?
Yes. Look it up. I just saw that number come through today.
Wow.
The biggest watched. So keep telling me that this is not all set up. I'm loving listening to this. It's so amusing to see people falling for this.
Definitely have media trying to promulgate things.
Oh my gosh. I am the media. I have been the media for 30 years.
You're promulgating this stuff.
No. I've had to. Yeah. I've absolutely had to. We had a very rich man in the county when Obama was running this last time. Very rich man who spent his money and wrote a song about Obama being reelected. He then took that song and went down to a professional recording studio in Nashville and paid money to have them record this song. And then he brought this 90-second song to our radio station and wanted us to play it. And we said, no, we're not doing that. But my owner said, if you buy 90 seconds worth of ad time, we'll play it. And so he bought a shit ton of ad time. And I would have this song come up on my station in my ads. And I had plenty of people call me and tell me. One guy that listened to me all the time don't listen to me anymore. He still calls me every once in a while, but he don't listen to me anymore. He said, I'm not listening to you anymore. I was like, man, I'm sorry. I have to play it. If I don't play it, my children don't eat because I lose my job.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So think about that when media people are up there on TV and they're saying all that crap over and over again. They all might not be brainwashed. They all might be like, you know what? I got 2 kids at home and my son wants a $500 baseball bat for his little league.
Well,
You
not
know,
just that, but like I mean, like that's it. That your story there is kind of an analog for what really happens, which is people with deep pockets push money around and they use that to manipulate public opinion.
That's what I used to try to tell people when when I would start talking about vaccines and what I thought about vaccines, and they would say, well, study on NBC News said this. And what I would say is, I was like, well, what you don't understand is how much money that the company that makes those vaccines spends in advertising for NBC every year. And if they lost that money, a lot of people would lose their jobs and a lot of higher people would get bitched out and get pay cuts and whatnot if they lost one company's advertisement. So if you on your nightly news are fixing to have a story about how X affects Y, and the company that makes X says is spending $100 million a year on advertising on your station, says to your owner and your higher ups, don't run that story or you're going to piss us off. What do you think lowly little mouth on the news that you see, the face? They're not the most important person at NBC. They're the face. I'm the face of the radio station.
They read what comes across the monitor. They're not personally investigating.
When something else happens behind the scenes that somebody else did, I'm the one that gets blamed by the public because I'm the face. They don't go, oh, Sherry messed up because she did the log wrong, because they don't know Sherry. They go, oh, Andy screwed up. Andy screwed up again. Andy screwed up. So that's the same way with the media people and those talking heads. Not all of them believe it, but all of them have families and lives.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
It's sad. It's sad. It's like you said, going full circle. What's the solution? What's the answer?
I don't know. I mean, like the simple answer is like, oh, get money out of politics. Except you can't. You can't, and then you just end up giving other tools to other people to manipulate stuff. The answer is you're all being manipulated all the time.
And I honestly believe,
but then not by the most intelligent people. They're stupid. The people that are manipulating us are stupid. They're just opportunistic and willing to lie. So understand that you're being lied to all the time by somebody.
Yeah, always.
All right.
Even I lie to you every day.
I mean, my name's not even JJ. Just do the math. A California Senate candidate expands on her $50 per hour minimum wage. This is the answer. Why hasn't anybody decided to do that? Of course, $50. Why don't we do $50 an hour minimum wage? What could go wrong? California Rep. Barbara Lee, who's currently running to represent the Senate for California, proposed a $50 minimum wage. Lee made her remarks during a Monday night Senate debate with fellow Democratic candidates Adam Schiff, Katie Porter, and former Major League Baseball All-Star Steve Garvey.
Steve Garvey, really? That's for he's the one out of that group that I'd want to meet the most so far. That's pretty awesome.
Moderator Nikki Lorenzo said of Fox 40 said Porter and Schiff had both called for a $20 to $25 minimum wage and noted that Lee had proposed a $50 wage in October. Can you explain how that would be economically suitable or sustainable for small business? Lorenzo asked. Lee said she had owned and ran a small business for 11 years, claiming that she had created hundreds of jobs, benefits, retirement benefits, healthcare benefits. I know what worker productivity means.
Did she pay them $50 an hour?
No, I bet not. I know that worker productivity means, and that means you have to make sure your employees are taken care of and have a living wage. Just do the math. Does that sound like any kind of an answer to the question of how is this economically sustainable?
No kidding. That's what I was going to say. I don't know anything about her, but one thing is that she failed her Finance 101 class. Good God.
Both of our
Let me see if there's
Democratic opponents are calling for a minimum wage between $20 and $25 an hour. You're calling for a $50 an hour federal minimum wage. That's 7 times the current national minimum wage of $7.25 an hour. Can you explain how that would be economically sustainable for small businesses? You have 60 seconds.
First, let me say I owned and ran a small business for 11 years. I created hundreds of jobs, benefits, retirement benefits, also health care benefits. I know what worker productivity means, and that means that you have to make sure employees are taken care of and have a living wage. In the Bay Area, I believe it was the United Way, came out with a report that very recently, $127,000 for a family of 4 is just barely enough to get by.
Okay, bitch.
Another survey
you
very
need to
recently,
answer the fucking question. You have yet to answer the question. You have told me that you had a small business and that you paid them and provided them everything that the law requires you to provide them. And so way to go on that. I want to know, did you pay the lowest employee $50 an hour? And I want you to answer the fucking question instead of giving me statistics from everybody else.
She's trying to burn up that 60 seconds so that she doesn't have to answer it.
But you don't have to answer the question.
I want to know if she pays her campaign staff $50 an hour, all of her campaign staff. Does she even right now pay $50 an hour to her own staff? I don't think so. So I thought that was hilarious. Anyway, she goes on to not really answer the question. She's just like, things are expensive. How expensive do you think things are when you mandate a $50 an hour minimum wage? And then as a response, employers, that's 7 times the minimum wage right now. Employers would have to cut 70% of their staff probably to make that wage. And then milk goes up to $35 a gallon.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is simple first week finance class that we're talking about here. Jesus, I swear, JJ posted this story today and tagged me this morning. And here, what I said was, quote, I swear to God, we are living in idiocracy. I had never seen that movie until my wonderful friend JJ told me it was his favorite movie in the whole world. And I was like,
for sure.
I needed to watch this movie. So I put him off like in true Deacon style. And then we talked about it again and I put him off again. And then I finally watched the movie and I had to apologize to my friend JJ for me putting off that movie so long.
You need to just help me get President Camacho reelected. That's all we need. We got so that's it. So go California. I'm so proud of you guys for supporting a real progressive candidate like that, and that's super great. Keep it up. I got another progressive person here that I
love Rachel. I'm a Rachel fanatic. I follow Rachel. You know how, and I'm not talking about Rachel from Friends, when you're talking about the Rachel from Friends hairdo. I'm talking about when I talk about this Rachel's hairdo and this Rachel. She is the Rachel. This is not Jennifer Aniston. This is,
folks. It's Mike. Tough night for. Hold on, we got a comment here.
Oh, okay.
What's going on? Oh, hey, Mike. Tough night for Republicans last night. Another Republican defeat. As a liberal, I'm excited for it. Hey, well, good on you, Mike.
Good on you, Mike. Whatever, but
good luck wherever you're at. Keep.
Hey, wait a minute, Mike. How many immigrant families are you hosting at your house, Mike? And how many live in your district? Yeah, because I want to know. I would really like to know.
Hey,
and are you going to vote for the pedophile again?
Look, hey,
I'm just curious. I'm just asking questions.
Before you attack Mike, let me just say, Mike, I want you to know I am also all down for Republican defeats because most of the Republicans are trash.
A bunch of idiots.
All of the Democrats are trash, but most of the Republicans are too. So let's get on here to this famous black activist. A little update. It's been a little while since you guys heard from her. Trump. I don't care if you vote for Trump. Don't vote for Trump.
I don't give a crap. Don't
whatever.
Vote for Biden, the pedophile.
He's saying that he thinks Trump's a pedophile when obviously we have video footage of Joe Biden smelling little girls.
I've got the video right here in my saved file. You want me to bring that back up?
No, I'm trying to get to this. Trying to get to this story.
Okay.
I like Mike. Mike, hang out. Look at Mike's tough. Mike's tough. He can hang out. He can hang out here with guys that don't agree with him, and I think that's great.
Yeah, look, I'll even bring him up.
Don't you dare stop. Yeah. Too bad Republican policies are worse, as evident by elections.
I don't know what elections you're looking at, but
yeah, obviously Republican policies are worse.
All right, let's get to this story. I got to leave early today.
Bloop.
Rachel, see, don't you think about that hairdo when you think about
the,
when I say the name Rachel?
Yeah,
Rachel. That's the new
exactly
Rachel.
What you think. So this is the woman that was pretend black and was the president of the NAACP. I forget which chapter it was. She was an NAACP leader in Washington. She was exposed in 2015 as a white woman pretending to be black.
She kept saying she identified as black, and that's where that comes from.
She has subsequently reached an agreement to avoid trial on charges of welfare fraud. She changed her name to Checky Diallo 2 years ago and was charged with felonies last May. Investigators allege she had failed to report tens of thousands of dollars in income from her memoir, In Full Color, Finding My Place in a Black and White World. Oh my God, she wrote a book. I didn't know she wrote a book.
Jesus Christ.
Well, so she reached deal to I guess avoid charges on welfare fraud, and she started a new life. She was publicly embarrassed for being a fraud. She was publicly embarrassed, and so she started a new life in Arizona, where she is now I believe she is a school teacher. Let's see. Former leader of who resigned in disgrace after pretending to be black. She changed her name and is now a teacher in Catalina Foothills School of Arizona. She's also very active on OnlyFans and links her OnlyFans in her public Facebook profile, where she for $10 a month you can get some attention from Rachel Dolezal, and including I can't scroll any farther on this page because it gets worse.
Yeah, don't scroll any further, please. I don't want to see anymore.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Our buddy Mike says the American people have their say. GOP policies need to be better if they want to win. I agree with that, but the American people don't have their say. You might in local elections, but you don't in the overall elections. That's the lie. And I really hope that Mike gets his eyes open one day.
Look, you know what? I'm glad Mike's here, and I hope Mike comes back and hangs out, because you know what? We are not a monolith. We have different opinions on things.
Oh, me and JJ argue all the time over crap. We were just yesterday, we were having a huge conversation in our little private chat about this one story that we didn't even get to. The story that we didn't even get to on Monday. Duguid says, I dig the werewolf. Look, JJ and Dave and I really want to name the werewolf. So we don't. Dave suggested that we have a name for the werewolf, so we need a name for him. So if y'all want
that, Lycan is just some scribe. So I don't know what to tell you.
We're so dumb.
Lycan some scribe. Yeah. Like
I don't think I have any other secrets.
Hey Mike, thanks for coming by. I hope you come
by
seriously,
again. Mike. I'm not gonna hate on anybody. I'm trying to hate on anybody.
If you go back through our catalog of episodes, you can definitely see episodes where where we are bagging on Republicans too. I mostly don't want.
I'm from Kentucky. Mitch McConnell's my guy.
And I want to stop getting into wars.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I don't want to. I'm struggling to pay my my house payment and everything else and everybody else is. Some people don't have a house payment. Some people are struggling to pay rent.
Deke, what's your?
I shouldn't have to work 3 fucking side jobs. I just turned in. I refused to be on salary years ago. I wanted to stay hourly. Okay. Because of so many freaking hours I work. I turned in my hours, 97 hours. And that is before 1 doubleheader ball game and 6 single ball games that I did. And I still need to work freaking Spark or DoorDash or something. And that's bullcrap. That's why we get so mad on this show about the Democratic policies and the GOP policies and the governmental policies, is because you shouldn't have to work your ass off to support your kids. And then not ever spend time with your kids because you're working all the damn time and you blink and my daughter's graduating.
Right. And you're not asking for handouts here.
I work 97 hours.
But the government doesn't do anything to solve this and shouldn't really, but they try to, and they just make things worse, right? That's what I'm saying. And they, confiscate your wealth, give it to immigrants, give it to Israel, give it to Ukraine, give it to, anybody but you. Anybody but you. $95 billion they're trying to send out of here. And you're having trouble keeping your office warm. It was freezing for a couple days last week. All right. Hey, you got people showing up soon? We're almost there.
Yeah.
Almost there. What do you got here? I got a joke. You want a joke?
Yeah,
are we at joke time?
Now.
I think we're at joke time.
Hey, Gail, hang on a second. Yeah. Let's end it.
Let's do it. Let's do it right now. We end the show every week, every time on a joke, dad joke. That's what you get for showing up here.
Yeah.
Deke, what did one egg say to the other?
I don't know.
Oh, you crack me up.
Oh, we gotta get you new jokes.
Really? Those?
Yeah.
They get booed.
Dude, last night I was trying to get the clothes out of the dryer and doing the laundry, and I tripped over Ashley's bra. It was a booby trap.
All right, folks.
I
Thanks
gotta
for hanging
go.
out with us. We'll be back tomorrow. It's Have Valentine's. Call your girl.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light.
I don't know what just happened. The outro video goofed up, so we're going to try it again.
And talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teats. Tune in now to your Two Dads show. JJ and Deacon, they're the ones that know. Subscribe quick, the squid monster's on the way. Conspire with us, tomorrow's news today.
Dude, good. That was pretty good. Good joke, bro. Bye.